2, 3. Hello everyone, and welcome to the weekly community call. One day I hope that we can start to Twitch for the first time, and it will work.
We'll put that in the OKR of next year. We should be able to start at least one stream on Twitch without starting to say hello 3 times. But I think we improved so much on our field in terms of streamers, especially you, because I don't do anything, but that we did a huge gap this year anyway.
Yeah, but still unsure we will achieve the perfection from the from the beginning in 2026. Let's target 2027 maybe.
But in 25, you were not a streamer. Now you can officially say that you are a kind of streamer now. It's a job dream of half of the US kids. So it's you have a dream job now, Julian.
Yeah. I'm very happy. And can you notice that now my light is not blinking anymore? It's not flickering.
Yeah.
I changed it after 2 years. I was upset of having a flickering light. Anyway, let's start. What do you want to start with? Should we start with the demo of Plakar Enterprise, or should we talk about CashD first?
Maybe CashD first. Just before we go into this, Julien, should we talk about what we did in Greece or not? Or is it even?
Yes, we can say a word on it. We were with Gilles in Greece last week to talk with some journalists about what we are doing on Plakar. And the goal was not so much to have articles, but more to, because it was professional, that know really well our industry, the landscape around backup and data. It will be, good to have a confirmation of what we are building makes sense for the market. And I think we can safely say that most of them was super positive on what we are doing right now at Plakar. So, we had a lot of challenge on many dimensions, but I think we had answer, and that's what's really good. So I think it's comfort us on the idea that we are building the right thing. If we can have, some articles that are talking about Plakar, it will be super nice. Let's see. And we took 2 hours to visit the Acropolis together, Gilles also, which is also could say a life achievement at some point.
It's the shortest tourist trip I ever did. 2 hours in the Acropolis. It was nice.
Yeah.
And strangely enough, we were in a neighborhood called Plakar.
Yeah, that's true. It was written Plakar everywhere. So, yeah, it was a kind of sign, pitch Plakar in Plakar.
Okay. Regarding the cache, we are working with Mathieu on. We've been working for the last 2 weeks, and this is the 3rd week we're working on cache improvements. It's a bit of a big summary, because we say cache improvements, but it's actually a lot of cache related stuff, including agent and stuff like that. So what we did last week, currently there's a state cache, which is not really a cache, but it's more of a state that you synchronize similarly to what you would have with Git, right? And we have a VFS cache, which is a way to speed up the backup process by skipping the reprocessing of files that we have a high confidence or have not been changed. Yeah. And there's a delta cache, which is like an accelerator during backup, but that goes away after run. The delta state is removed, so it's not really a big deal. It does not hold too much data in memory and does not store data on disk because it's wiped post backup. The VFS cache has been kind of a surprise to some users, because if you back up 1 million files, you will have 1 million entries locally stored, as a way to accelerate the next backup. I did a POC like 3 weeks ago that would reuse the store as a cache, so you don't need to have the data stored locally. You would basically fetch the latest snapshot that was storing the same data and use the like the virtual file system that we built for that snapshot as a cache for the new one. This had proven to work, and we actually implemented it and made it work like in a stable way. It was committed merge this morning. So this reduces the memory usage considerably. And then there's the state that has been converted from Pebble to SQLite. It's not merged yet. The diff is ready. It's like it's running. I actually ran multiple backup today with it. We are stabilizing it before it's being merged. This cuts the memory usage a lot also. So at this point, I don't know if I can share my screen, Deluge.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I can. So these are 3 runs using
Give me a
today's
second.
run.
Wait. Let me increase the size of this window. Yep, and
Yep.
where are you? I can't see you anymore. I don't like this UI. Wait, how can I see you? Oh, here it is.
Do you really want to
yes,
see me?
it's yes. All right, it's working.
But just so you know, Procmon is a small tool we use to graph the CPU and memory usage of a run of Plakar. Yeah. So this is the first run on Corpus, so 1 million files. I currently with that branch, which still has to have some optimization, but that's still a huge improvement from before. You get to use less than 100 megabytes per core to do the backup, the first backup. Yeah. On the second run, it drops down to like 500 megabytes, so that's roughly 50 megabytes per core to do the backup. Part of this is tied to the fact that we still have to have the chunking context in memory and stuff like that. And there's like most of the Pebble use has been switched to SQLite. There's still one user that we can't adapt yet without bigger refactors. So there's still some gain to do there. But in comparison to before, on my machine, I would use over 4 gigabytes of memory to handle all of this. So that's a huge drop down. And that's without cache, and that's with the VFS cache that needs to be improved because currently it does a lot of fetches from the store, which we are going to plug in LRU cache on probably tomorrow. So that should go near this level at the end. So the first run on Mac Mini with 14 cores would be 1 gigabyte of memory, and would be 500 megabytes of memory ultimately. The side effect of this is that the agent mode goes away. You no longer have to have the agent mode. Basically, what Plakar will do is on the run, it will launch what we call a cache D to maintain just the state. But the commands that when you type Plakar backup, the command that will run the backup is actually the CLI command, which will also unlock a lot of the TUI stuff that we want to work, but also enable some cases that we can't solve today, which is, for example, if you run SSH, we do not support currently passphrase reading because as is done today, that's handled by another process that doesn't have the terminal. So it's a bit of a mess. So yeah, this will allow us to remove a lot of code, simplify, and cut the memory usage considerably. And that also trickles down to Plakar Enterprise because that's the same brick that handles the cache for bus. So there is that. Yeah.
Didn't you have 3 screenshots to share?
Yeah, that's the same, no? Oh, the other one is this one. It's the same. It's just a variation of the same run. First run. Second run. You see the order has changed.
Yeah, that's the point. That if you are not, seeing the difference of scale, it's not so impressive. But if you look the difference of scale, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's the same graph with a difference of scale. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because if you are not seeing the difference of scale, So yeah,
They do it
why is
that
he
way?
showing that? I don't know. Yeah, but you have to say that, you know, the scale is going till 1,400, for example, to the right. And now on the second one, it's limited to 500.
Also, this is highly influenced by the number of cores that you have. So when you see that it's 1 GB of memory on my machine has 14 CPUs. If I go, if I change the CPU set, which I can do with the dash CPU option, that will reduce the memory usage.
For the release note, we should have the same scale on the right if it's possible. I think it will help to see the point on the first blink of eye. But it's really impressive.
It was painful, and but like we knew it's not painful in the sense that debugging it was not painful because we knew what we had to do. We knew that we had to replace Pebble, but the constraints of the cache and the limitation that different cache bricks have makes it very hard because we had to redesign the way that we do like the order of some operations to reduce this. Like to be able to use SQLite requires a lot of changes here and there. Not major changes, but painful changes. Let's put it that way. And Mathieu and I are kind of exhausted now. But seeing that graph, it put stars in our eyes.
The very nice thing is that it will release some pressure from the support, with the people always complaining that there are some unexpected cases with the cache. So it's great.
Cool. I think it's a huge pain point coming from the community that we are solving with this release. That's good.
Should I continue with the Plakar Enterprise demo?
Yep.
Please.
Great. So let me increase the size of the screen a bit. All right. So this is the latest version of the Plakar Enterprise demo. In this setup, I set up 3 stores: store 1, store 2, store 3, 3 sources, and I scheduled some roles in advance. So the first bucket, S3 buckets, is backed up every 2 minutes in the first store. The second bucket is backed up every minute in the first store also, and I have a synchronization that is set up between the first store and the second store, and this is done also every minute, and some checks also. What we mostly worked on since last week is the ability to browse the files from the UI. So first, if I go on the store and I have these dashboards, I don't remember if we had that last week or not. But we have some quick actions. So previously we were landing on the settings page directly that allows to configure the store's passphrase, access key, secret key, and so on. Now you land on the dashboard page with some quick actions of stuff you might want to do when you operate on the store. You see the store recent activities with the last 10 jobs for this store. You can, of course, click and get the full list on a separate page. And you have the list of upcoming jobs. So with this, you can easily see what's going to happen for your store. Note that we have the same widgets for sources. For example, if you click on sources data 1, I can see the upcoming jobs for this source. So this source is going to be backed up every 2 minutes. At this, it's expected to run at this date, this date, this date, and this is the recent activities also. Let's go back to the store. The new addition is the browse tab that allows to list the snapshots that are stored on this closet store. And similarly to the open source version, if you click on a snapshot, you can have the browser and have the preview and with all the info. if I go to the second one, data 2, I have the backup of Plakar source code. Here it is, basically. I realize that we have a few issues, but nothing that we can fix quickly. Like the last notified and owner user and group are not set, so I'm not sure if it's a UI problem or an API problem. But and the good thing, like, it was a very tedious work because we had to put in common some code from the open source version and the enterprise version. It took a lot of time, but the good news about it is now that it's done, it means that any improvement we do on the open source or on the enterprise version will be beneficial for the other version. So, yeah.
There's two things that we discussed that we should mention here. The first one is that we are going to work on importing inventories from cloud providers so that they appear as resources that you can like protect directly, so that instead of having to set all your like declare all your resources, you will be able to see all of the resources that are already configured, say on AWS, and they will be imported in the UI. So that's the first. The second one is that we will allow tagging what's protected or not by Plakar and other solutions. And the third one, more on the browsing part, we need to discuss together how to expose an API that allows aggregating this. Because right now you have to go in each of the stores separately. You get a browsing of the store, which is already nice because you have a single interface to do this. But the next step would be to have like a single browsing view that has all the snapshots from all the stores like as a single entry point. That should like that's going to be some work, but should not be too hard. But we have to like make the contract between UI and an API to do that.
Yeah.
It's more for everyone to understand that what's coming next. Any comment, Mr. Flap?
Nope. Honestly, it's a great achievement. So now we'll be able to release the first preview of the enterprise to have people that start to test it and make their feedback, which is really good. And move to the next phase. But, you know, let's discuss it later on. That would be nice also.
Yeah. So let's call it a day. Let's call it a day. Thank you, everyone. Flop, I'll give you the record of this this demo, this meeting, how we call it.
Yep.
I don't know, and we can upload it on YouTube. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.
Cheers.